In this video, we're going to learn how to use the Bootstrap button plugin to add interaction to buttons. So we're going to be creating button states. So we'll create a couple of examples. One button that we can click and see a loading state, and then the button is reset to its original state. And a second examples where we have a button that we can click and see a loading state, and then afterwards we can see a complete state. Okay, so let's create the first button. Okay, let's add a type of button. And let's style the button using the button class and the button primary class. And let's give it an ID as well of button 1. Okay, so we're going to add a data attribute. It's going to be data loading text. So this is what we will see when the button state goes to loading state. So let's write some text there. Okay, now we're gonna write some jQuery code so that we can build the click functionality. Okay. All right. So first, let's access the button using its ID. Button 1. And then let's use the click method and place a function inside the click method. Okay, so once we click on the button, so we're going to change the state of the button to loading state. So to do that, we're going to access the button using the this keyword, and then we'll use the button method and we'll give it a parameter. It's going to be loading. Okay, so let's try this and make sure it's working. So if we refresh the page and then click on the button, so we can see that's the new state of the button is the loading state. Okay, so now we want to the button to go back to its original state after a certain delay. Okay, so let's add a delay of 1 second, for example. So we're going to need to access the button again and then use the delay method, which will take as a parameter the duration in milliseconds. So let's go for 1000 milliseconds. Okay, and then after this we need to change the state of the button to its original state, and for that we'll access the button again and then we'll use the button method again, but this time the parameter is going to be reset. Okay, so this will bring the original content back okay to the button. Okay, so it's gonna go back to its primary state, but we cannot use this statement straight away after the delay method. We need to place this inside the queue method. So after the delay method, we need to use the queue method. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy that, and then we'll use the queue method, okay, which will take as a parameter a function, and inside that function we'll write our statement. Okay, so let's try this and make sure it works. So if you click on the button, so you can see the loading state, and then after a second we can see that the button goes back to its primary state. Okay, there is an easier way to write the code, so we don't have to use to access the button every time. So we can just use the first method button, and then use the second method straight away without the semicolons. Okay, without the semicolons, and okay, we can do the same thing here. Okay, so we're accessing the button only once, and we're using all these methods. Also, we can just avoid all this space and just place them next to each other, like that. Okay, it'll still work. All right. Okay. Now let's create a second button. Okay, so the second one is going to be different. So we want a loading state and a complete state. So let's copy paste the code from the first button to make it easy. So it's going to be button 2, ID is button 2. Okay, we're going to have a data loading text because we're going to have a loading state. Okay, and also we're going to add another data attribute. It's going to be data complete text, and this one is going to be used for the complete state. And let's write some text there. For example, download complete. Okay, so now let's copy this same code for the second button. So we're accessing button 2. Okay. So you're going to have a loading state, and then we're going to have a delay of 1000 seconds. But rather than resetting the button to its primary state, we'll use the complete state. Okay, so let's try that. So click on the button, you can see a loading state and then a complete state.